There are numerous stories that involve the sea, although there are a few that are truly terrifying. None compare to Mary Celeste's mystery, a ghost ship drifting on the Atlantic without a crew. Today, we'll investigate the mystery behind the Mary Celeste, which has left historians and sailors intrigued for over a century. But before we continue, take a moment to like this video and subscribe to this channel. After it was built in Nova Scotia, Canada in 1861, the ship was called the Amazon. Its history was not without its share of darkness. The ship's first captain was struck down by pneumonia and passed away. It had previously been under several different owners before Benjamin Briggs, a businessman from New York City, bought it and gave it the name Mary Celeste. Who originally owned the Mary Celeste, or let's say Amazon, at the time, remains a mystery to this day. In the same year that Briggs purchased the ship, he and his wife Sarah, along with their daughter, who was 2 years old at the time, set sail on an adventure to deliver unprocessed alcohol from the United States to the Italian city of Genoa, which was located a great distance away. This dangerous journey was led by 7 other sailors who were just as committed to this mission. On a December afternoon in 1872, a British vessel known as the Dei Gratia stumbled upon the Mary Celeste, which had been found adrift in the vast expanses of the Atlantic Ocean. The crew of the Dei Gratia quickly became aware that their ship was sailing in an unusual manner, which may have been an indication that they had been abandoned. When they looked more closely, they saw that there were no passengers or crew members on board. This left the crew of the Dei Gratia puzzled about what was going on with this mysterious ship. The discovery left them stunned. The ship had no passengers aboard but was otherwise in satisfactory condition. The cargo, which included barrels of alcohol from the US, was still in its original state and had not been touched. There was no sign of the lifeboat. The ship had sufficient provisions for a period of 6 months, including food and water. They couldn't make sense of this at all. There was no rational explanation that could be given for why the crew would abandon a ship that was still afloat and still carrying valuable cargo. They were unable to offer any justification or reason for why the ship had been left unattended. The fact that the sails remained fixed and the vessel was capable of navigating indicated that it had not experienced any substantial damage. However, there were some telltale signs of upheaval that suggested the crew had left in a hurry. The ship displayed signs that suggested the crew had attempted to navigate through stormy weather. These signs suggested that the crew had been unsuccessful. In addition, the deck of the ship displayed a number of red stains that appeared to be bloodstains. However, it was not clear whether these marks were connected to the disappearance of the crew or were the result of an everyday accident. When they looked through the captain's diary, they found something that was very strange. They couldn't locate any records for the 10 days prior to the occurrence, which was extremely surprising. Even though there is no evidence to back up this theory, people started to speculate that the captain was trying to hide something. Many ideas have been put forward to explain why the crew of the Mary Celeste vanished. Some of these ideas are plausible, while others are completely crazy. There is a theory that the crew of the ship deserted the vessel due to a natural disaster, such as a severe storm or a swirling vortex. We're trying to figure out what happened to the ship and its crew. One possible explanation is that the ship was taken over by pirates, who then kidnapped the crew members. However, there were no visible signs of a struggle, and all of the valuable cargo that was on board was still present, which makes it highly unlikely that piracy is to blame for what took place. There have been reports of ships and aircraft that have vanished without a trace throughout history, leaving people puzzled. These reports have been passed down from generation to generation. The Mary Celeste is one such instance, and it's not the only one. There are other stories that are just like this one, and just as strange. The vanishing of Flight MH370 is one of the biggest mysteries in aviation history. The Malaysia Airlines flight disappeared in 2014 with 239 people on board, and despite extensive searches, no debris or remains have been found. This situation is similar to the mysterious disappearance of the Mary Celeste. There are many theories about what happened to the flight. ranging from mundane mechanical failures to unusual events like supernatural or extraterrestrial involvement or hijacking. In recent years, a great number of investigations have been carried out in a variety of fields, including history and science, all with the intention of finding a solution to the mystery that surrounds the Mary Celeste. These tireless efforts have yielded some positive results, albeit only in certain respects. David Mearns, an expert in oceanography, accomplished a significant feat in the year 2006. Along with his team, he embarked on a grand expedition to explore the location where the Mary Celeste was found, using some incredible technology that allowed them to peer through the water. They found a huge anchor and a number of other things that could have come from the ship. Even though they can't say for sure why the crew of the Mary Celeste left, their findings have raised a lot of new questions and given us the chance to learn even more. The tale of the Mary Celeste sends shivers down one's spine. It is impossible to avoid making assumptions about what took place with the crew. What compelled them to abandon the ship? Were there ghosts on board the ship that haunted people? How much longer did they have to row the lifeboat? Were there any islands or land that could be reached? Did the sailors, who were once servants, long for freedom so much that they planned to drown their master and his family so that they could be free? One can't help but be left with nothing but wonder. Who knows, maybe in the distant future someone will find a journal written by Captain Briggs that explains what actually took place. Up until then, there are a never-ending number of questions we may never have answers to. In the next video, we'll learn about the strange sightings of the humanoid creature that resembles a moth. They called him Mothman. If you don't want to be left out of the loop, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to this channel. We appreciate you taking the time to watch, and we'll see you in the next video.